Well, at lunchtime, I said to all of you that we were quietly confident that we'll get a ruling in our favor. Now I'm even more confident, and I think we want to thank all our counsel that appeared for us. Thank the UDM for being the primary applicant in this case, and we submitted responding affidavits, and as you heard from Commander-in-Chief Malema, ours was based on the fact that from 2012 the IFP has been pursuing this matter of a secret ballot because it was logical that if you vote somebody in by secret ballot, you could vote that person out by secret ballot. Prince Buthelezi has mentioned it in speeches. We've taken it up. I've taken it up as the chief whip, and I think that the court's going to rule in our favor. And today, if we get the ruling in our favor, it will really strengthen democracy, and it will also say to the ruling party, do not use the 62% that you have in Parliament just to ride roughshod over what the majority of the people in this country want for the future of this country.
Mr. Malema has been quite vocal about speaking to people in the ANC, trying to convince them, should the motion of no confidence on the secret ballot pass. Has the IFP been doing the same thing?
No, as the IFP, we haven't been speaking to any of the ANC members, but I think it is up to their own consciences now, and I think the way will be clear if the judgment goes in our way for them to vote according to their conscience and do the right thing in the interest of millions of people in the country. We know which way the country is going under the current leadership of the President and his executive. We know what the ratings are. We know the slump in the economy. We know that people are complaining with all the service delivery protests that are taking place around the country, and it's time for change, and we hope that this court ruling will be the catalyst for change in the very near future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good. Now we can all get in and out of the court.
Well, there you have it from the opposition parties reacting to the arguments that were being made here at the Constitutional Court. And of course, judgment has been reserved. We'll wait for the outcome of this Constitutional Court case. And of course, quite an important court case. There's no doubt that the arguments will be had not only in the legal fraternity, but also among some political analysts as well, in terms of an issue that was raised by Justice Nkampempe earlier on, is around the openness when we speak about democracy, that those who sit in Parliament, whether it is not within the interest of South Africa's democracy, that they show who they're voting for and voting against, especially considering that you have an issue here that we deal with the president of the country. But quite importantly, of course, is an issue that we've been raising throughout, is that if you look at section 102 of the Constitution, if the president is removed via a vote of no confidence, the entire cabinet will have to resign. We'll have to wait and see how this unfolds. But quite interestingly as well, just listening to Julius Malema earlier on saying that they are quite convinced that there are ANC MPs who will be voting with the parties. This is with the opposition parties in Parliament, should a secret motion of no confidence vote be allowed against President Jacob Zuma. But he says that he has been in discussion with some other ANC MPs as well, who are saying that even if there is an open vote against President Jacob Zuma, they will still vote against him. So they said they've set a target of about 63, if I'm not mistaken. Whether they will meet this number is something that we'll have to wait and see. Last week, the ANC met with the ANC caucus in Parliament, met with the Secretary General of the party as well as the Treasurer General of the party, where instructions were being given around towing the party line. So whether they will abide to that and be loyal to the party's decision is something that we'll have to wait and see.
From the Constitutional Court. So this is all about whether MPs will toe the party line, and whether if they wish to defy the party line, they will do it publicly, or they will be allowed to protect themselves in a sense through a secret ballot. Opposition parties seeming very confident tonight, especially pointing out that the Speaker, who said she had no discretion to even allow a secret ballot, her lawyer has now conceded that she does. President Jacob Zuma's lawyer conceding the same. So opposition parties are clinging to that point.
Yes, indeed. So the judges have reserved their judgment, and we'll see in the coming days, not sure when exactly, that they will come back and give us a ruling. But the opposition seemingly very positive and optimistic that they will get a decision in their favour. But we'll keep you up to date with that particular story. And it's hard to imagine, with all the coverage that we've had today, that there's actually other stories that have been happening today. In fact, let's catch you up with the day's headlines.